What is up? It is I, the Crusade. We're back here, having a look at this chart. We've got the beats on, because why not? You listen to music because you want to feel something, and I want to feel alive. I want to feel alive! More alive than this goddamn market right now. This shit is boring. Look at this, we're just kind of heading sideways and down for the main part. But if you're trying to accumulate, this is when you want to be doing it. Obviously, you don't want to be really buying when the prices are rocketing. So let's take a quick look. I think we're about 10% down. We're about 10% down from the last video, roughly. Yeah, 10%. You can see it's still hovering around this kind of diagonal sloping trend line that we've spoke about in multiple videos. This is our measured move price target, this yellow line, for this head and shoulders pattern. Oh, what is going on here? Alright. False alarm. False alarm. One thing to show you is this momentum wave. Right, hitting right off the 60% line. You can see it's actually... See it's clipping. So you can see this part of the wave is beginning to head down, and this part. That doesn't mean that this doesn't just reverse back up the way on this momentum wave. Absolutely can, especially with this low liquidity. The VWAP here is hitting the 0% line again. If that flips under, it'll bring on probably a blood diamond here. And then we will probably hit this measured move price target, which I reckon we're gonna. I reckon we're going back to this all-time kind of low area, at least to here. You know, see this area here? Probably gone back to this area, so about here. Worst case scenario, I think we'll fill this measured move. We've got this measured move from this point here to this point here on our head and shoulders pattern. Will that happen? This red line is a 99.99% reduction for the top, for the all-time high. That is maximum pain, right there. Price goes to there, man, and you buy in there. Woo, goddamn, Sandra. Let's see what just that move up would be for there. I mean, 6,000% if we were to drop 99.9%, which, I mean, we've seen it happen in other things in Pulsechain, so let's not count that one out. That's why you should always have some money on the sideline. Put some money in the stablecoin farms, you know, in Pulsechain. You're getting like 13% APR. Can't complain with that until we see some action going on here. But yeah, I still see that Pulsechain has gone back to the all-time low, creating a double bottom. And then we're getting some move, Ken. It's probably going to keep trending down, and then we'll have a big, large reduction, and then V-shaped recovery out of that. And if you look on the higher time frames, then, Ken, like the monthly, I think it is, that would give us that V-shaped recovery that that Richard always talks about. That's what he likes, the hockey stick pattern. You know, you've got this. Comes down like this, and then just up like this, up and to the right. That's pretty much what is going on right now. I mean, it's no hard to see for this chart, right? You know what I mean? So, you can actually go to the weekly there, see what's going on there. Let's get some info back. See, I mean, this blood diamond here played out exactly how it's meant to. You know, it brings in a blood diamond. When the VWAP crosses the 0% line, this yellow wave, then that's when you get this blood diamond and the wee red X. I mean, I know it's looking pretty damn terrible, the charts, but like I said before, this stuff recovers so quickly. You know what I mean? Like this really, with this low liquidity, the price can recover all this pain so quickly. I'll just show you, for example, and then we can move on to some other stuff here. Let's get rid of some of this. Another thing, right? If we come back, you know, so here, for this point here to this point here, took 48 days. You see that? So like a month and a half it took, it just price gone down. And in 4 days, the price had recovered and increased an additional 10% for that point we just noted. So the price, you can have a month and a half of pain and the price reverses all that pain in 4 days. Alright, just let that sink into you. If you're thinking about selling right now and jumping into Ethereum, it's just no worth it. It's no worth it, no at this point. If you've held for this long, it's no worth selling now. You just start farming. Start farming, staking your coins, getting more for your money. And yeah, that's what you can do right now. Keep money on the sideline for if this move happens. You know, if this fills this wick, because if you buy at the bottom here, you know, just in line with this yellow thingy, and even if it was to come back to where we are right now, that's 100% move, 80% move. If it was to recover this, what's that, about a month, 21st of May until now, yeah, 27th of June, May, June, yeah, a month. So its price has been going down for a month. I just showed you the price can recover in 4 days and higher. So if you were to buy on this drop and it recovers higher, or just stay back to the high point here, you're up 50%. So it's important to have some money on the sideline to buy when these big drawdowns happen, because the day happen, you'll get that 50% reduction just out the blue for no reason. So yeah, that's Pulsechain for you. We're just kind of waiting and seeing, keep accumulating dollar cost average every week or every day, whatever you want to get into. Incentive, because we love an incentive. Price is just again the same, you know, we're down for the last video here. 10% as well. See here, everything's looking jaggy and kind of quite pathetic. RSIs are super split, but you've got still a bit of time before this is going to revert round. These take a while for them to reset themselves. This is on the daily, remember. Come to the weekly, you know that you have these massive wicks to the upside. I mean, these are huge sell orders, just constantly suppressing the price. So yeah, there's not much we can do right now, you know. I mean, that red dot on the weekly is no ideal. I mean, it is what it is. You know, you can't do anything about it. Incentive is coming back down to this kind of diagonal trend line here, roughly about $1. Can't really see incentive going underneath $1 again, but anything's possible. And if it does, then we're going to be buying an absolute baggy it for maybe the third time or fourth time or something. You know, these bags are getting pretty heavy right now, but like I said in the last video, we're going into validating and setting up a server. So yeah, actually providing and helping the community rather than just buying this shit and then waiting for the big pump to then dump it on everybody, like you see a lot of people kind of talking about on a lot of other YouTubers' channels. We'll not mention any names, but you know what I mean, fucking gimps. I mean, these people, especially on RH Max's channel, right? He has some people on that only talk about the price and they didn't know anything about the fundamentals. They didn't know anything about the technology or like what it means to be a validator. They don't know how to validate, they don't know anything about that. So you can tell that you need to watch these people because they'll be your friend, but they will also dump that shit on your head when this does 100x minimum. So yeah, you're best helping the community. You know, if you believe in this, you want the community to prosper. You know, go into the farms, start mining and whatever else you want to do. There's so much to this, it's so complex, or you can just buy and hold. That's what it is, you know, everybody's different, but I want this to succeed and prosper for the next 1,000 years when I'm not here and my grandkids, my great-grandkids are trying to look for something. Yeah, I mean, that's the dream, right? That's the dream, that your kids and that don't really have to worry about money. Not so much. They can just buy into something like Pulsechain or Hex. Let's have a look at Hex. See what's going on. You can see the last time we were saying about the kind of what I reckon the price is going to do. This will break. I reckon Hex will create a new lower low. Shaking a lot of weak hands out. I mean, you've seen it with Pulsechain. Pulsechain's already created a new lower low, and it's pretty much heading back to test that low. So, if Hex doesn't do that, I would be so surprised. Honestly. The good thing about Hex is, on the weekly, Hex is looking hella strong. It really is. Look at the RSIs. RSIs have split, which is not a good thing. RSIs have split, so this is going back probably to the low, at least. I think it's breaking that low, shaking everybody out, thinking this is going to tank to the bottom, and then you're going to have this V-shaped recovery. Like I said, if you're selling right now, then yeah, good luck to you. Good luck to you, my friend. So, on the weekly, the RSIs are pretty much at the bottom already. So these will reset themselves before Pulsechain and incentive and that. You've got on the daily, BDSI showing strength 21, rated out at 27 I think it is now. You can see VWAP is also heading down. RSIs are coming together, which is actually quite bullish, but when it's heading down the way, it's not exactly ideal. So when they come together, that's when you have the strongest moves normally. So that would push the price lower than this thing would. But who knows, you know, I'm just trying to give you some type of insight. Money flow's heading back up. Momentum, again, is clipped. Has it clipped? Momentum has not clipped, but it looks like it's coming together. So this is either gonna, this wee bit of the wave is gonna either come like this, the top bit of the wave's gonna go like that, and when it does that, that's called clipping, when the both of them come together, and then it'll either head down the way, or it'll clip, and then it'll go like that and start heading up the way. So that is the two options that you've got right there. I mean, we are sitting in the negative 60% line, so the likelihood is this is going to start heading up sometime relatively soon. When? Who knows? That's, you know, you're guessing. You've not got that much longer in this pattern here. You've got, what are we on? A month? A month before this is invalidated, so you're going to have the move one way or another. So yeah, you've got a month. Keep stacking those bags for a month. But I mean the price, let's look at some bullish, right? Go back to 21 week moving average, this red line here. 100% move, nearly 90% move. Go back up. Woo! Nearly 200% move. You'll get for it to come back up to this diagonal trend line that's been pretty consistent. I need to rearrange these two. These were for the last video, was showing you different targets, right? But we're mainly looking at these yellow lines here. Keep an eye on these yellow lines because you're coming up to the end of this pattern. I mean, look how many times the price has bounced around it so far. You see that? So many points, the all-time high. So, yeah, good time to be buying other cores. But yeah, that's about it. We'll check in a bit. I love yous. and I'll catch you later.